Alright, welcome back to Kaijuly. And today we are talking about the second rebooting of the Godzilla franchise with Godzilla 2000. From what I could research, Godzilla, the Millennium series, every one of them was a reboot, except for like a couple of them, I think. We're back-to-back ones, but so we start with Godzilla 2000, a movie made in response to America's 98 Godzilla film. Toho wanted to show America, this is how you do a Godzilla movie, and it's okay. It's not terrible. But like most of these, I have to criticize. I mean, the first shot of this Godzilla's eyeball opening, and you get the credits, and you get the Godzilla attacking Tokyo right away. Pretty good. But then we just go from that to following humans. Now, supposedly this is a reboot, and only one in continuity is the 1954 Godzilla. Question. Quite a few questions, actually. A couple questions here. One, if the only Godzilla attack has been the one from 1954, how is Godzilla still alive now, and why are they studying him? It would seem to me that if there hasn't been an attack since 1954, that being about 45 years since the event, why would they be studying Godzilla? Wouldn't he be gone? Why is there still Godzilla? Where did it come from? What is this? There's no explanation. They're studying Godzilla. You follow these humans, which there's a dad, there's a daughter, there's a female reporter, and there's some other guy he's talking to, but I don't care about the humans. I want to see Godzilla. Eventually, this company, I don't know what they're called, they are studying this UFO that they find, which looks like a giant, could be Godzilla's turd for all we know, but it looks like a giant rock to me. But they seem to think it's something and try to pull it out using these balloons. And it turns into a regular UFO that's white. And it sits on top of a building for most of its time on the film, because this was 1999 and CGI was not so good. So, learning from the mistakes that America did, they used mostly practical stuff. There's a couple shots of the UFO, moving around, but it's not the entire thing. It mostly sits on top of this building. Godzilla shows up and destroys it, but it mutates into something they call Millennium. And then it mutates into Orga, which is the primary villain of this film. Orga, I guess, can absorb stuff, absorb and transform, I guess. And the design of Orga is pretty cool, especially when it opens its mouth. I thought it was pretty cool. The one thing I never get about these movies, alright? There are monsters fighting each other, destroying things. And then people just stand on top of the buildings watching them. And they do that here. They just stand there and they're, oh no. And stuff happens. It's like, why are you standing there? I get it. You want to see what's going on. But you could be, destroyed. And at the end, that does happen. The fight between Godzilla and Orga, pretty cool. I kind of liked it. Thought it was pretty cool. Not much. I like how Godzilla's back fin things go purple before he shoots out his thing. His nuclear ray, nuclear breath, or whatever you call it. He tries it on Orga once, and there's an explosion, but it doesn't kill him. He just starts regenerating. Because he has Godzilla, I don't know. He's still got a regenerating power, I guess. He wants to become Godzilla. But I feel like, I get what they were doing. The Godzilla is allowing Gorga to swallow him so he could use the breath, because he has, protective on the outside, like Godzilla does. On the outside, a protective outer layer of skin. So, and it just regrows whatever is destroyed. So Godzilla basically lets him start swallowing him and then uses the nuclear breath. However, the idea, not a bad one. The execution. It just looks like Godzilla sticks in his head. Like he bends over and sticks his head. Like, because it's a guy in a suit, so it just looks like Godzilla bend over, sticks his head inside the monster's mouth. That's what it looks like. And then it starts to swallow. So a little CGI effect. And then you get Godzilla starts to glow. And then it's, Orga just explodes from inside. And he's dead. And Godzilla goes over to the building where the humans are standing. And there's this guy who may or may not be evil. Who knows? And I kind of like this kind of a Western kind of thing. He stands there. And our main guy was like, come on, let's go. And he's like, he just takes out a cigarette, lights it, like, he knows. And he says a line, something like, we created you, and, or we created it, something like that. Which I thought was, this line that he says, I thought was pretty good. But then it's the line the other guy says later, like, oh, we're all part of Godzilla. When he's asked something like, I don't remember what the question is, but he's like, oh, there's a part of Godzilla in all of us. I'm like, what? But, like, he slashes this building, killing the guy, and everyone else runs away. And then, unlike other Godzilla films where he just returns to the sea and everything is safe, no. He fucking destroys Tokyo, or whatever they are, the city in Japan. He just goes back to destroying the city. And then the movie ends. And I was just like, that's dark. And I kind of like that ending. However, overall, it's a mixed bag for me. I like the way Godzilla looks. I like the fights between Godzilla and Orga. I like the end, when he's still destroying Tokyo. But the stuff with the human characters is boring and stupid. And just, I know you need to have human stuff going on, but it's just boring. Like most of the human stuff in these movies. And I have to point out, people say, oh, the American movies, oh, there's too much human stuff. They focus too much on the humans. Do you not watch the Japanese movies? It's about the same, maybe even more human stuff in those. I just don't get any complaints at all. But I digress. The human stuff, for me, is one of the negatives, and just Godzilla, I understand what they were trying to do, but Godzilla just wanted all there, stick his head inside the mouth. It looks stupid. But overall, I think it's a decent film. Decent way to reboot the Godzilla franchise as we move forward in the Millennium era of Godzilla films. But yeah, not a bad one. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think of Godzilla 2000? Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.